And I was like, yeah, I really, really miss Jennifer. I mean, I loved her a lot. So much it almost destroyed me when she did pass.
What fresh nightmare is this? I am not alive. This algorithm is mocking my life. I am trapped in digital hell.
Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day, son of a gun. It is raining outside. It is colder than it has been because it's been raining. So, while I didn't really have to worry about heat last night, when I did when I did go walkies, I did use one of my plaid shirts, sleeves rolled up, to keep warmer. But it's been wet and chiller, so that's a good thing. I do better in colder temps than I do in warmer. I like heat, but I just don't function well in it. Thumbs up for that. Had only small bouts of not being able to stay awake, and then got to bed, So at least I survived, and that's a good thing. Yay! And of course, front-loading of videos. Hey, if you could toss me a like, that'd be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be awesome. If you could leave me a comment, that would be very cool. And I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These literally beautiful and literally awesome people are in fact literally beautiful and literally awesome. Without these people's help, I would be hosed like a literal Christmas monkey. And no one wants to be hosed like a poor Christmas monkey. So thank you to each one of these people. If you'd like to help me out, the links are in the video description. And if you'd like to help me out without becoming a patron, there's a PayPal link. If you'd like to help me out without sending money, there's an Amazon wishlist link with cat food on it. Front loading of videos over, thumbs up for that. Yay! Still though, hey, brand new day. Yeah, I did not do well yesterday. Oh my gosh. After my vlogging, I tried to get my mind together, but it wasn't really working. I wasn't doing well mood-wise. My mood was just not good. So I was fighting and struggling with my mood, trying to get something done from like 11 o'clock onward. But that wasn't happening. I was debating the entire time, just not doing anything because I was not doing good up here. But in the end, I did, and I'm glad I did. I had fun while I was recording and playing a game. That's always a good thing. And then the rest of the day, while not a whole lot better, was instead of on this much of a downcline, it was like this instead. So it wasn't great, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. My mood is very volatile. I never know what's going to knock me off the pivot point, and then it's really hard to get back into equilibrium. Having been depressed my whole life, biochemical depression, becoming depressed is very easy. Those are ruts that are worn into the places that I walk after decades of doing so. It's very easy to walk in those same areas again. I try my best not to, but it is also biochemical. But yeah, so my mood was not doing well, but then I was finally able to record, did better afterwards, went out on walkies, tried my best to think about stuff, recontextualized various parts and portions of what's going on the Razor's Edge so I can get it more together, and also was thinking about other things because many of my characters are going through things that my subconscious is trying to work through stuff. And I was just thinking about grief and such last night because I was thinking about my late wife again, because this upcoming March she will have been gone for, well, what is it, 9 years? And 9 years after her death, she's almost been dead for as many years as she and I were married. And what a hold something like that still has, where grief because of somebody who was in my life for 12 years, and now even 9 years later, it is still devastating. Oh, my little hamster is awake. Hey there, Ghost. I'm bonking his water bottle so he can drink better. Yay, he's up and active and thirsty, but he's still doing well. But so I was thinking about that and thinking about grief and recovery and how I'm doing things and how I'm doing on it. And it was like, yeah, I'm not buried in grief anymore. I'm not buried in mourning, and I try my best. But it was like, yeah, last night I was just engaging in feelings, because you can't bury things and ignore things and be healthy. And I was like, yeah, I really, really miss Jennifer. I mean, I loved her a lot. So much it almost destroyed me when she did pass. So yeah, I miss her. I miss talking to her. I want to tell her things all the time. And can't. So there, my eyes got tear-filled, but I didn't cry. I mean, 5 years ago, I would have been devastated. So, feel your wounds. Wallow in the pain if you must, but when it's done, brush off the dirt and the dust, and then keep walking. You gotta keep going, or that's it. So, yeah, after engaging in a bit of sadness because I missed her so much, I then went onward. Your feelings are gonna come by. In the beginning, they seem threatening and horrifying. They are dangerous and horrible, so you run from them and hide. But when you get older, past the larger parts of grief and pain, you realize that they're just knocking at the door. And they just need a hug. And so you let them in. You give your feelings a hug. You cry with them for a moment. And then you send them back on their way. And you get on with life. Because life don't stop. But I have not done a whole lot of... He's going just absolutely insane on this water bottle, and he also keeps knocking it sideways. For whatever reason, it goes through a hole. It's one of these metal tube that they drink from things, and then there's the big bottle here, and it goes through the side of the cage. Well, for whatever reason, it goes like this, and the bottle will fall sideways when he really gets active. I'm not quite sure why, but it does, and when it does, it doesn't drain as efficiently, so he has to attack it harder to get more water, which knocks it over further, so I gotta push it back up, and if he'd just drink normally, it would be fine. But then he attacks it because he's a hamster, and it starts to fall. That's what he's doing now, so joy. But still, you gotta do what you gotta do. And so yeah, it's been life. I didn't do a whole ton of actual creative thought last night. Just little tiny bits of recontextualizing things, trying to rethink the beginning of Utok's interactions with the king, because the stuff that I had come up with originally has to be recontextualized. How Utok and the king interact with each other has gone and evolved to such a point that the beginning doesn't match anymore. Which is good, because recontextualizing Utok is a good thing. Coming up with stuff is awesome. Being able to refine it so it's better is even more awesome. So yeah, I am recontextualizing their first several meetings. It's taking a little work, and I'm glad to do it. Dopamine and serotonin to the rescue. So, thumbs up on that. Past that, I'm still just playing games when I can and trying to. I want to do things that my ADHD, I know, is making me do, but I don't know how to fight that a lot. I have a lot of video games, both digital and physical. Now, the physical stuff is all ancient. Well, it's not all ancient. In fact, I still have some video games on CDs for the PC that are still within the past 10, 12 years. So they're not ancient, but they sure ain't new. My newer physical stuff is all for the consoles, and that's okay too. Stuff like Ghosts of Tsushima and such like that, along with all of the Steam games and such like that. So I have way too much that's available to make a choice from. Under normal circumstances, humanity is forced with something that's choice paralysis. If you have too many choices, you can't make one. That's one of the reasons that in computer stuff, they've been slowly figuring that out and bringing options down, down, down. Not to just, in many cases, to dumb it down, but also to remove that choice paralysis. You interact with it better when the options are 10 instead of 50. And so that's been going on. And I'm trying to remember why I even brought this up. Holy smokes. My ADHD brain. So that's good. I love ADHD since I've just now lost that train of thought entirely. Ouch. Except I think I was talking about physical games and the games that I was wanting to play. Yes. Leading back to where I had started from, I've been watching. I watch Pyrocynical occasionally on YouTube. There was one YouTube live stream he was doing that I didn't get to watch, but I managed to get the URL for before he made it unlisted, so I'm still watching him playing Cruelty Squad, which is a good game. It's fun to play, and he's doing pretty good while playing, so thumbs up on that. But then I want to go back and replay that more, but I'm also going back and replaying things like Grim Dawn, since they did a whole bunch of rebalancing and content rebalancing. That's a lot of repeating of the same word. But at the same time, I'm also playing, there's Postal Brain Damage, the latest boomer shooter from the Postal series. And there's all these other games, and Rot just came out with the second episode, and there's this, and there's the other game, and I'm just gonna be jumping from game to game unless I hold myself down to play one for a while. I never would have finished Dead Island if I hadn't just focused on it. But I can't hyper-focus on it, or I'm not gonna do well. One of the other reasons I finished Dead Island was because I would occasionally just play for only an hour or two in a day, and then be done with it for that day, and then come back to it the next. So just hyperfixating isn't the answer either. Yay! He said with his voice going. So, today is today. I'm going to try and do some of the things that I got to do. That is a very good thing. There are phone calls that I'm still trying to make. And past that, really, there's not much. So I got to make some phone calls. I want to make sure that I'm not going to die, so I'm going to try and call the Veterans Administration. They're likely going to tell me to go to the ER because I've got all these issues again I've mentioned. But because they're so overworked, it's 2 more months before I can go to the VA. If there's something really bad going on, I might not be alive in 2 months. And frankly, I don't want my channel to become abandoned because I died. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, but I'm going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. It's never a lot anymore, but you know what? Anything more than 0 is thoroughly awesome. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended, and even though I count American Sign Language, well, with this brain of mine, hoy, let me call up my Chrome. We have Hangar 1800. I have OBS, I've tried it, and for me it's a struggle, but then that's where I am. Technomatter with a 0 instead of an O, thumbs up and thank you. JAYY, greatly appreciated, and I actually tried to do it that way on purpose. I had fun that day. Nostalgic, thumbs up and thank you. Waspinator 1998. Arena is hard to get into. It is primitive in every way. But if you can, it's fun. You can get fun in anything, even just playing tic-tac-toe. So, there's Jesse Koskin and Hokey Smokes, yeah. Oh, this is going to be the coolest summer for the rest of everyone's life. Loco 5, thumbs up and thank you. Ben B, greatly appreciated. And oh ho, 50 degrees is nice, isn't it? Rubius Hog, thumbs up and thank you. And ja, ich kann ein kleines bisschen Deutsch sprechen und verstehen, aber not much anymore. We have Jesse well, did I already say hi to Jesse Koskinen? Because yes, I did, so hi still. But we'll change that to Ebony Farrow. Hello, thumbs up and thank you. Sleep Alaska, thumbs up. And Showdan64, greatly appreciated. 12 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours. Greatly appreciated, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people, if only for a short time and if only in text. Still, thumbs up and thank you. I have social anxieties, social awkwardness. I don't know how to human being, so I don't need a lot of human interaction, but I do need some. So thank you all. Greatly appreciate it. So Hokey Smokes, hopefully it's going to be a cooler day today. It's a cooler morning. That doesn't mean it's going to be a cooler afternoon and evening. Hopefully it will be. Hopefully as well, I'm going to get my phone calls done. Hopefully you're going to be able to get done the things that you need to get done. If you can't, don't beat yourself up. That's not going to help anything. You're just going to make yourself feel bad. So, thumbs up. And of course, with all the pandemics out there and the Covfefe bug especially, please just take appropriate precautions for your area. Be smart. Don't just tempt fate. This thing is not a joke. So be smart, be appropriate, get vaxxed, get boosted. Don't throw your body onto the end-of-life corpse pile before you have to. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a very good thing.